Okay, Neil, since I'm just shooting, not editing, give us your name, title, and where you work.
I'm Neil Paul. I'm at Visit Anderson, the Convention and Visitors Bureau in Anderson, and it's Neilpaul.
Very good. You're the first person who spelled it. That was wonderful. Okay.
I've been called worse.
You've been called worse. Okay. Talk about what you're standing in front of. It's part of the exhibit, but it's actually something that CVB created.
Yes, the display here with me is the new Visit Anderson Lake Hartwell Green Pond Landing display, and it was designed and put together last summer. And what we wanted to do with this display was focus on not only Lake Hartwell and Green Pond Landing, but the fact that it's a championship fishery. We want to promote the lake with the tagline "Where Champions Fish," and what better way to present that than with the most recent Bassmaster Classic champion on Lake Hartwell, Casey Ashley, who hails from nearby Donalds and calls Lake Hartwell his home lake. So with Casey's permission, we were able to use his image holding the two fish. We wanted to call attention to Lake Hartwell, where champions fish, with a championship angler. It also includes a quote, the fact that it's the perfect tournament lake. FLW champion Anthony Gagliardi from the state of South Carolina referred to Lake Hartwell as the perfect tournament lake. So we wanted to call attention to that, and also over my other shoulder here, the recognition that Lake Hartwell received as being a top 100 bass lake in America by Bassmaster Magazine and the folks at Bass in the summer of 2015.
Okay, now one of your jobs is actually to talk to fishing tournament organizers about coming to Lake Hartwell. What's the feedback you get when you talk to them about Lake Hartwell and Green Pond?
Well, the feedback on Lake Hartwell is the fact that it is a championship fishery, and it's a large fishery, and kind of to go back and pull from what Anthony referred to as what makes it the perfect tournament lake is that it's such a large lake. It's 56,000 acres, 962 miles of shoreline, and it offers so many different varieties of fishing. Like, for example, we've got a tournament going on this week where there are going to be 168 pros that are registered for this event that will launch on day one of the tournament, and they won't have to fish on top of one another. The lake's big enough where they can fish deep water down near the dam. They can fish shallow water up into different creek channels and coves. They can also utilize the Tougaloo and Seneca River systems to fish river systems. And so the lake's large enough that it offers a different fishing style, and you can spread 168 anglers out on the lake and no one's going to fish on top of each other. As far as Green Pond goes, Green Pond's totally revolutionized the way that we can recruit Lake Hartwell here in Anderson. It's a 30-acre facility, multi-launch lanes. It's the deepest launch lanes on Lake Hartwell. It's also the longest courtesy dock on the lake, and the facility's not finished. And so when the facility's finished in its finished state, I tell folks we can host everything in Lake Hartwell except Shark Week. And what that facility's done, there's not a week that goes by that we don't receive phone calls in our office, whether it's someone wanting to bring a tournament, somebody asking about more information for a tournament, or just someone that wants really just a piece of the action. And it's, for us, it's really changed what we're able to do with the lake.
Last question, what would Anderson County be without Lake Hartwell from a tourism perspective?
Oh wow, it was recently discussed that the lake, that 10 million visitors annually visit Lake Hartwell, and I think if you were to, and just by comparison, I think, and I'm sharing what I've heard recently, but the most visited national parks in America run in the 6 to 8 million visitors annually as an average, but Lake Hartwell consistently averages 10 million visitors a year. So if you take a resource in your community that's visited annually by an average of 10 million people, if you take that out, then I think it does a significant amount of harm to your local economy, to your local, to your community, and to the quality of life in your community. Because I think Lake Hartwell does all of those things. It provides an economic impact and a quality of life that really we can't measure here locally, because it's so resourceful and such a positive influence to our community.